everything with my dad happened, I went into a weird little frenzy and I
Mm,
dyed my hair red and then it went blonde and
I remember these things. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Another episode with your girls here on Mindset Talks podcast.
yes, your favorite podcast ever.
Absolutely. Girl, your curls are popping over there.
Are
Sticking to the
they?
mic and everything.
Oh. I swear that they always look 10 times better in video than they do in person because they're just
Mm,
kind of fluffy and crazy today. And I'm probably on one, two, three, third day since wash day. So,
they're looking
they're
good.
hanging in there.
They're
But
hanging
yeah,
on
so
tight.
they're so weird though. Like I have like the weirdest. Just like,
Girl, accept your curls. I know it's been quite a journey for where your curls are now.
yeah, definitely. Considering when everything with my dad happened, I went into a weird little frenzy and I
Mm,
dyed my hair red and then it went blonde and
I remember these things.
kept going blonde, kept being bleached, and I still had, well, I guess looking back at it now, it really wasn't, but like I still had some kind of like curl, so it wasn't like too crazy.
Hmm.
But it definitely was nowhere near where it is today. And I used to always like straighten my hair all the time too, so that
Oh my
on top of
gosh.
color was definitely not helping.
Damaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your curl definition is so much more prominent now than it ever used to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't My curls have literally never been this good before, and it's partially
Mm,
because I never really knew how to take care of them. So I think that's why I just always straighten my hairs because it was so much easier. You're like, let me just wash it
straighten
and
and go.
straighten it.
Hmm.
But
Isn't that funny? As an adult is when you really learn. I mean, I know some people probably figure it out a little younger, but it's not until you actually like put in that time and effort and pay attention to really understand what it is your hair needs.
yeah, well, then honestly, if it wasn't for Instagram, I probably still wouldn't know how to do my hair. Like,
Oh my gosh. I'm not fully shocked by that because I can partially understand that.
yeah, I mean, because nobody ever really taught me how to do my hair. It
Mhm.
was just kind of like you washed it and it dried, and that's just, whatever's
Yeah.
is left after that, then it is what it is.
All right, maybe put it in a ponytail or a bun and call it a day, but
Right. So, no, it's been definitely a long journey, and thanks to Instagram and things and trying different products and,
mhm.
not straightening it because I probably only really straighten it like a few times a year now.
Nice.
Like I just straightened it for the last wedding that I was in, and I'm going to be straightening it again for this wedding coming up.
Mhm.
But that's just because it's easier to, have get your hair done when it's straight.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really just say like, oh, let me just straighten my hair today.
Mm.
So I think that has a lot to do with it too.
It does. It's interesting because I went through that same hair straightening type of phase.
Mm.
To a degree, of course, we're two different cultures, so our hair is completely different. And even if we were the same culture, our hair would still be different.
Right.
But I think it was probably like it might have been just a thing of the times too to have your hair straight. It was
Yeah, it
just
could have been.
like a common, everyone has their hair straight. I got to have my hair straight.
Hmm.
And I know a part of it too is just where we grew up at. Like we were in a predominantly white town. I didn't have a lot of people to relate with my texture of hair.
Hmm.
And most people I see have their hair straight. So I know part of it was influential,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, the guys are talking to the girls who have the straight hair and no one wants to talk to me. Or I remember like being made fun of because of my hair being short by some girl, which I
Really?
ain't gonna name her because I remember who you are, homegirl.
Uh oh.
But but I was never one to stoop to that level and, you know, be a bully back to that person in a sense
Right.
of my difference in hair, but
Mhm.
that whole straightening phase was just thinking of the burned hair smell, or like even
Yeah.
just thinking of what you're doing to your hair and how often you would do it is just like, oh gosh, what was I doing?
Right. It's so, so damaging. But then it's also like we had parents, like, what the hell? Y'all couldn't,
Right.
like, help us
L-
or teach us how to
letting us damage our curls.
it's a
Letting us
nightmare.
damage our curls. And this is absolutely nothing against folks who like to straighten their hair, because that's absolutely fine as well.
Right, right.
But for you and I, we're really about, well, my hair's a little different now. But for you and I, we're more about the natural texture of our hair. We're about more of the naturalness and not really um, altering our hair so much anymore like we used to.
Right. Um, yeah, and because I think part of it too, probably because I didn't know how to handle them, but I was just never really a fan of my curls.
Mm,
But now it's kind of, like, weird when I don't have them just because I've grown to, like, love them so much, and that's part of the
hmm.
reason too why I finally, probably as of, like, 2 months ago, grew out all of the blonde that I had in my hair. So and
Goodness.
I love my natural color so much better now. Like, I have a shit ton of gray hairs, which, I'll have to deal with those at some point. But overall, I really just prefer my natural hair color.
Yeah, I've never dyed my hair, so I can't I can't relate on that, but I can say that the the fullness of your hair and your curls, I've come to really, I don't I don't want to like sound like creepy, but like I love it. I love your curls. Being one of your close friends, you know, who has seen you through different stages of color and style and
Mhm.
length and, things like that. I really, really, I think your curl, like your natural curl phase, is my
Mhm.
favorite.
Right? I think that I'm finally now that I'm in my 30s, I'm finally, like, figuring out my flow over here. It's taken some time, but I think that's part
Right.
of life too. You're gonna go through those phases and those things and,
Hmm.
you know, um,
It's very true.
this is what it is, and for you, I couldn't be more proud for you and where you are in your hair journey
Oh
because
yes, girl.
I know that took a while, but that length is just amazing.
Yeah, it's actually I'm not gonna say it's like a dream come true, but I've always wondered what I look like with longer hair.
Mhm.
And I I remember like when I cut most of my hair off because
Mhm.
my hair was unhealthy. I used to do relaxers, which is unnecessarily common in the black community of, putting this chemical on your hair to straighten your hair
Right.
more permanently, but still temporarily.
Mhm.
And like I remember like my scalp got burned from those chemicals, and it's changed my hair texture even in the back of my head. I've noticed because my hair is really thick, like super thick,
Mhm.
and the back section just was so much more thin, and it's I personally find it to be an unhealthy way to go about doing your hair.
Yeah.
So I still had damaged hair, and I just straight cut off the damaged hair and went with my hair probably shortest than I ever had since I was born. Like, I mean, it wasn't shorter than when I was born, but it was just like shorter than what I was used to.
Right, but sometimes you have to do what you gotta do,
Start
especially when you
fresh.
have that much damage, and you're not the first person I've heard to say that relaxers are not good for your hair and that they hate them, so
Hmm.
things to think
It's
about
true.
when you have, like, your own children and stuff, like, don't don't do all that stuff because it is super
Exactly.
damaging.
It's not necessary. Like you said, like what you're doing now with finding different ways of how your hair thrives and taking care of it.
Mhm.
That's the way to go about things. You got to do
Right.
trial and error, but in a more safer way, because then what are those chemicals doing to your body? You
Mhm.
know, the heat of the flat iron. It's okay to have like low heat, but your scalp is so sensitive of skin that it's just like, what are you doing to your scalp? And
Right.
some people are just more resilient than others, but that was a part of my life I was looking to no longer living in.
Mhm.
I just wanted to let that part of my life go. and just start fresh. And so I cut my hair short and just didn't know what to do with it. I just pretty much did my best to keep it moisturized. I used different oils. I did a lot of experimenting with different oils,
Mm,
which was really fun because I like doing stuff like that, like making different concoctions.
mhm.
Luckily, my hair had not fall out from any of that.
Well, that's good.
And I actually added more water to my hair
Mhm.
because, as you know, Black folk don't wash their hair every day in the shower,
Right.
and that's just not a thing. And
Well, you really shouldn't though anyway. I wash mine once a week.
yeah, that's a really kind of what you need, and depending on the environment you work in, like, um, when I was working in the stores for Home Depot, that's an environment where you wanna wash your hair more often because you have all different kinds of debris from, like, sheetrock and sawdust and just
Mhm.
regular dust and, different things like that within the air, so,
Right.
depending on your environment, you definitely wanna pay attention to your hair and its shine and its
Mhm.
bounce and all that, fun stuff, so I, yeah, I played around and I decided to grow locks.
Yeah.
So that has been actually this year in I want to say beginning of September will be 5 years
Oh
that I've
wow.
had locks. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty. Yeah, I'm over here like Rapunzel girl.
Well, not only
Mm,
that too, it's versatile. Like you can do so many different things with it.
yeah.
And like you're always
It
like, "Oh, let me
was-
just do like this little hairstyle." And I'm like, "You just make shit look mad easy and like it's so much
Snap
work
done.
for me over here." And like once I do one hairstyle, like that's it. Like I cannot take it down and like redo something else. Like
Oh
my
my
hair
gosh.
does not just keep molding. It's once
It's
it's
part of my
molded.
background. It's so disappointed. Oh my gosh. It's a part of my background. I grew up with my grandma braiding my hair. And I grew up with my aunt in my hair. I grew up with my cousins in my hair, my mom in my hair. Like there are a lot of hands in my head. And I want to say about seventh grade-ish, I taught myself how to braid.
Mhm.
And so I was able to do simple things myself. But now that my hair is longer, I actually do less styling with it, I feel like, than I used to because now I'm like, it's not like it's like to my chin anymore, where it's just like, okay, I can do a quick, easy style real quick and bing, bam, boom, throw it up and I'm done and good to
Mhm.
go. Now most of my hair in the back goes to like my bra strap across the back.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
crazy.
just like, oh gosh, like, and my arms are getting tired. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you, girl. Appreciate it. I'm about to be like Rapunzel in the next couple of years, so you know.
Probably. That's 5 years, my goodness.
I've been asked about cutting it too, and I'm like, I, let's slow down time a little bit. Like, how long are you gonna grow your hair out?
Right. Well, as long as you're
I don't
loving
know.
it, like that's really all that matters. Like I'm sure you might get to a phase where you're like, okay, like I really want to change it up, but
Hmm.
as long as you're enjoying it, just
Thriving and surviving.
yeah.
So, what products are you currently using on your hair too? Because I know there's someone listening that wants to know about what products Miss Cassie is using to get them curls to bounce the way they bouncing over there. So
Oh gosh.
spill it, spill the tea. What you
I
using?
keep sticking to the mic. What is happening?
See, I'm telling you, them,
They're
them
like all
girls
in this conversation today.
magnetic because it's it's like with kids when they know you're talking about them, they just pop up and be there and just doing random stuff. Your curls are like, oh, she talking about us.
No matter I can't even go close to it, and it's like
Oh
anyways.
my gosh.
So I've been using like so many different like products like on and off, but
Mhm.
right at this very moment, I would say for like my shampoo and my conditioners, I'm using something called Amika.
Mm.
Because I got it for free through my FabFitFun box. Woo woo. Um,
Fancy.
well, I guess technically not for free. I pay for it. Let me roll that back. I pay for that service, but you get a lot of really expensive products for like one set price. Anyways,
For your clarification, thank you.
well, I got confused because I'm a part of something else where I get products for free. But so for my
Okay.
shampoo and conditioner, I use Amika right now. Before I was using Bounce Curl, which worked just as well, but right now I'm just using Amika. Um,
Okay.
and then after I wash it, I will put in a leave-in conditioner, which right now I'm using a cream, which is it's from a company called Bondi Boost.
Okay.
It comes in like a nice little, a good tub size. I've had it for I don't even know how long, and I'm still using it. So I put that all through my head, a good leave-in conditioner, and then once I'm done with that, I use some kind of a gel, which right now I'm using something through the Curl Suite, which
Okay.
is an amazing curl salon that I just found in New York City, like super close to my job. And they have their own products there, so I've been using that, and it's been working really well for me. So I'll just go
Clearly.
through and I'll just put the gel in, and I'll like individually like brush out each one of the curls and
Hmm.
just let it rock after that. I mean, I do use a diffuser, so I do kind of like blow dry it out a little bit
Hmm.
to give it like some like that volume, and just because if not, it would just take forever to
Right.
dry. Um, so I mean, that's really it. I just right now I'm just using a leave-in conditioner and a gel.
So when you say you brush it out, like, can you explain that a little bit more? You say you brush it
Um,
out for the curls.
yeah, so I put the leave-in conditioner throughout like my whole head, and then I'll section it off. So like
Hmm.
I'll start with like I don't know, like my back section or whatever, and then I'll
Okay.
put the gel through like one big clump of hair,
Hmm.
and then I'll kind of just like I don't know, take like a piece of that clump,
Okay.
and like I'll just make sure I brush through the product really nicely, and then I twirl it
Oh.
around the like handle of the brush to like make
Oh.
kind of like a spiral, and then
Oh. And then it
I
like sets essentially.
right.
And
And
you go into
then,
the next section.
well, actually, now that you say that, a trick that I've been doing is after like I do one section,
Hmm.
I'll run my hands under the sink to get like a puddle of water, and then
Yep.
I'll use that to like scrunch it into my hair. And then after I
Oh,
scrunch
okay.
it into the hair to kind of try to like set that curl pattern, I'll take my microfiber towel and then I'll scrunch it again with that to like just squeeze out some of the water I just put in it, but then still keep some of the curl
Oh, you got a whole process.
pattern. I do. And it's all from trying different things off of Instagram because I don't know if it works for everybody, but it's been working
Hmm.
for me lately and I'm just kind of rocking with it. So,
Nice.
I mean,
Okay.
really, it's not that bad. And then once once it fully dries, I'll go through with a serum that I
Okay.
also use from the Curl Suite, so that way it breaks up the curls and it doesn't leave them like crunchy. And
Yeah.
it gives a nice kind of like little shine too.
Oh my gosh.
So I
Who would have
realized that was a
thought?
lot longer than I thought it was, but wash days are just a bitch like any other.
Right. But wash day is a good self care day too, because your hair is just soaking up all the attention it's getting and all the moisture, and you know, your hair needs it.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And water
Hmm.
is literally my best friend. Like
Y-
just
you're right.
water everything. Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially like a plant. Plants need water,
Mhm.
and your hair is a plant. It's
Right.
like the plant, like we're chia pets around here type of thing.
Mhm.
And you have to figure out that balance, because I literally just had this conversation the other day, which is so funny.
Mhm.
So with my hair, I learned that obviously I can't get it wet every day. My hair just does not do well with getting wet every day. Like that
Right. I
will
don't think you
dry
should
crap.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, it dries the crap out of my hair. But you put me on, you or Nat put me onto that little Mister spray bottle thing. Both of y'all probably. And using that like on like an every other day basis, like you just learn that level. Did I lose you? Am I
You did lose me. I cut out for a second, but I'm back.
okay? Welcome back. Welcome back. I was nervous for a second. I'll have to host the show myself. Like where she goes, she gave us our whole routine and then she just disappeared on me.
No, I don't know. My audio just disconnected. Last thing I
Okay.
heard was that me or Nat put you onto the spray bottle.
Yeah, so that little spray bottle that mists, where
Hmm.
it's not like an actual spray of water, is so light and gentle. It's far from aggressive, which I really appreciate.
It's amazing. So if you guys are interested, just go to my personal Instagram page, go to my Amazon page. And it's linked right onto my storefront.
Did y'all hear that? We gonna repost about that later, so don't you worry. We'll have it for you. But no, so using that is actually like it's a whole grip. I ain't gonna lie, it's
Mhm.
perfect. You just mist and spray, and oh gosh, like, but it helped me to find a better balance for my hair, so my hair still feels hydrated and it's not like sucked dry. You know.
Right, yeah. No, it's amazing. I use it to refresh my curls, like, all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I freaking love that thing. So
Mhm.
wow, I just think it's so funny because like your routine that you just went through for your hair, I feel like was my old life
Yeah.
before I started locks. Like, okay, first I would do this. I'd section it or spray it, section it, put this product in, then that product, and then do this, then do that, and this and that, and this and that, and like the whole step by
Yeah.
step. But that's that's one of the reasons why I changed to doing locks because I'm like, I want less maintenance.
Well, yeah. Because now what do you do?
Nothing. No fine. Pretty much so nothing. Now I wash my hair. Honestly, it's a lot better now working from home because I'm not in that filthy environment. So
Right.
I literally will wait like maybe 2 to 3 weeks to wash my hair, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Um,
Must be nice.
yeah, I mean, it just sucks because like my hair is very lint prone.
Mhm.
So sometimes that's a biatch, but it's whatever. My hair has always been lint prone. Just sticks to anything.
Right. Well,
So,
pros and cons.
oh, I know, right? Yeah, pick your battles. But pretty much what I do is I will mist my hair with that beautiful mister. I just want to share. I mist my plants with that too, just so you know.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
go through, get the little leaves of the plants around my house because I have a good at least like 12 plants around here,
Mhm.
and I just go ahead and mist those so their little leaves get a little bit of that humidity. Anywho, back to my hair. So I'll start with the mister, and I just do it where my hair isn't really damp, but I can feel that it had water on it.
Mhm.
And then I actually use coconut oil as like my moisturizer.
Okay.
With I don't know if people with locks use a cream on their locks. Me personally, I don't. I've
Mhm.
tried that, and it does not go over well at all.
Wouldn't it leave, like, residue?
Pretty much yes,
Right.
and that's kind of the same with conditioner for me in the shower.
Oh, yeah?
But I think it's just the conditioner that I currently have. All conditioners haven't been like that for me.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, anything like creamy, I've come to learn that just don't do it. Just don't do it. So I use coconut oil as my moisturizer. And then sometimes actually sometimes I use a spray leave-in conditioner,
Mhm.
which is from a brand called Dr. Locks.
Okay.
There's that, and there's another brand which I cannot think of the name of, but it's like a rosemary something leave-in conditioner.
Mm.
So I'll switch between those two usually. And if I'm doing the coconut oil, because I don't do coconut oil every single time, because sometimes you get a little too oily on the scalp and you don't want to overdo it.
Right.
I'll at least do the leave-in conditioner and then oil after. So I'll do the coconut oil after, um, or I won't do anything after and just kind of let it be.
Mhm.
Or because I have three options, I'll use a Jamaican black castor oil to kind of seal everything in. But I use that ever so lightly because it's so thick.
Yeah.
It's super, super thick. So that I just use very lightly. And then that way my hair is pretty much like well maintained. I just run my products through my locks
Mhm.
and just hope that I got a little moisture to each one. A lot of hopes and dreams over here, and then I just keep it pushing. I really, honestly, don't do much, and I'll moisturize my hair like every other day or 2 days. I probably should do it every other day at least, but
Oh, okay. That's gonna be my next question.
yeah, I don't. Like I said, my hair gets longer, and I've gotten lazier, which is so terrible. Um,
I mean, yeah,
but
less maintenance is always better.
girl, but when like it humbles you a little bit when you start in the short phase for locks. Like my locks were like to my eyebrows, maybe like in the front
Were
when
they?
I first started. Yeah, they were short. They were like, if I stretched it out, it would go further, but
Yeah.
not stretch it out because I started my locks as just two strand twist and I didn't take them out. So I just let the twist lock
Oh.
together to make
Mhm.
the locks. But when you start with your hair shorter, it's just kind of like a little bit of an awkward phase because you don't really know what to do with your hair. You can't do
Right.
much with your hair, you know? So at that time, I was moisturizing the hell out of my hair, doing everything I need to do because I'm like, these babies need to grow.
Yeah.
I wore headbands a lot, like a lot,
Mm.
a lot.
Gotta do what you got. At least you figured out something that works for you. Because I feel like I've been through a lot of awkward hair phases, and
Hmm.
I just look crazy as hell in some of these pictures just because I didn't know what to do with it. So I was like, I'm just gonna let it hang.
That's
And
all of us. That is all of
oh,
us.
I
But
remember we went somewhere at Foxwoods. I forget
oh
what
Lord,
concert it was or whatever it was. I think it was just the two of us. And I hate looking at those pictures. I just feel like I look so crazy.
I feel like we should post like a before and after now that we are mentioning this.
No, that probably won't happen because those are so bad. It was like blonde and it was like short, like up to like my ears.
Really? Sorry, I feel like I got real escalated on that one. But
So bad. And it wasn't even that long ago. Like it was so bad.
why can I not remember this?
It was so bad. I think what was it
It was a
for?
concert. It wasn't soccer.
No, it was at Foxwoods. It was like, did we ever
Was it
go
Ja Rule and
see?
Ashanti?
No, because Nat was there.
Okay, I was gonna say we.
Um, did we ever go see like a magician or something? It was like
Yeah, there was a
what's the guy's
magician.
name?
I don't know what his name was, but there was a magician. Yeah.
Right, it was for that. That's when it was.
Oh Lord, I don't remember that.
It was for that. It was a long. I mean, I guess it was kind of like a long time ago, but like it also like wasn't at the same time. But
Yeah,
it was
long
just
enough for you to not have that hairstyle anymore, apparently.
oh my gosh, it was just
I
so. I'm like I should have just always had my hair in a ponytail or something. It was just so bad.
can't wait. You are gonna send it to me though, right?
To you, yes.
Okay.
To you.
Folks, don't be surprised if you happen to see the picture on our page.
Or maybe I won't. You're the worst.
Oh my gosh. Well, girlfriend, I do appreciate you telling us your routine for your hair because I've been asked and I know you've been asked about your hair
Mhm.
and it's kind of like a little secret gem you're sharing even though it's not really secret.
No, but it's been a long time to get here, and I'm
Hmm.
still learning and trying different products and stuff, but right now, it's sufficient enough to where, it works, so
Right. I mean, that's just prime example of you keep
yeah.
practicing, you keep at things, and you get results. You may not get them as fast or in the way you like, but you'll get results.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we've been through a lot of crazy crazy looks, so it's
Ooh,
about time
child.
we grow into the look that we're supposed to have.
I know. That's like the old school picture I posted with the three of us and my mom.
Oh, I know.
Like, oh gosh, I don't even look like that anymore.
I
But
have
I
to
do,
go
but
look
I
at that
don't.
again. You didn't post that on our page, did you?
Mm-mm. I'm going to have to share it
Yes, yes, you will.
along with our magician picture.
That's only if I provide it to you now.
I won't post it, I swear.
You're the worst. The worst.
Well, anyways, do you have any more beautiful hair tips or products to suggest to our listeners?
Um, do I? The only other tip, I'm not using anything in particular right now. I think I have a few, but hair masks are always good. Those are important.
Mm,
To do those at least, I don't know, like once a month, I would say, or,
right.
you know,
Like a hot oil treatment, put a mask on your hair.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, and I don't know. I think that's all I got right now that I can think of.
Woohoo. So, for those of you who are not watching this episode right now and you're only listening, if you were to see Cassie's curls, you would understand the inspiration behind this episode today. So I just want to put that out there. We're not as random as you think we are. We are inspired.
Well, it must be impressive because, like I said, I'm on my third day after wash day. So,
And her curls are still popping. So if you want to find out more about how to get your hair to look like Cassie's, continue to tune into our episodes. No, just joking.
Same with you too.
Oh yeah, girl. If you wanna grow some locks, we could talks.
Oh God.
But no, anyways, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in again to another episode with your girls. You know, you can always catch up with us on a new episode every Tuesday. So
Yes.
you never want to miss out because we always have something good for you, whether it's a laugh, sharing a cry. You know, we're here when it comes to support and we're here when it comes to giving some knowledge. So we give you a little bit of everything in one, and you never want to miss out on that.
Nope, because clearly we cover a whole range of different topics. So you never know what
Yes.
you're gonna get.
You never know what you're going to get, so tune in every week.
What is it? It's like a box of chocolates.
And on that note, everyone have a great time. Practice your curls, practice your straight hair, do whatever you got to do to care for your hair and live it through and love who you are because that's what we're doing right now. And you continue practicing it and you master it.
You sure do.
All right, y'all. We thank you for tuning in and we'll talk to you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.